All right, let's go over just a few of these. We started number 21 in class. I think it was 21. Let me look real quick. Yeah, right here. And it got kind of ugly and we ran out of time. So let's look at that one just real quick together. And honestly, when they get really ugly like that, I almost think it makes it worse to factor it. So let's just remember, in order to add two fractions, they want to have a common denominator. I guess they have to have a common denominator. And they want what the other one has. So this side wants a 3 in, and this side wants all that ugliness, okay? So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to just copy this down on my paper real quick. So there's 5n plus 5, and that's 5n squared, 35n minus 40. Okay, and I'm going to do this a little sloppy, it looks like. 7n over 3n. Okay, so this side wants a 3n, and it doesn't matter. You can put it in the front or the back. Okay, it doesn't matter, so I'll put this aside a 3n. This side wants all of that. Goodness, it's ugly. So I'm going to take that and multiply it by 5n squared plus 35n minus 40. I got to do the same thing. I'm almost too lazy to write it all out, but okay, I will. Okay, the whole reason I do that is so I can take the two fractions and make them one big one, okay? So let's just distribute this in there. That's going to give me 15n squared plus 15n. Then I'm going to multiply this together. 7 times 5 is what? 35. Into the third. Don't mess up there, but n times n squared is into the third. 35 times 7, 245. Into the second. And then, I guess that's on my phone. There's something on my phone. And then 7 times a negative 40 is what? 280 in. So I've got all of that. And all that's over this garbage. Okay, so I've got 3 in. And you know, one thing I might do is I notice that this does have a 5 in common. So I might go ahead and pull out a 5. If I do that, I've got n squared plus 7n minus 8. So I will at least do that. Okay, so I pulled out what's common. Now on the top, I've got a 35 into the third. So I'm going to write this in descending order. That takes care of that one. 15n squared plus 245n squared is 260n squared. And then I have a 15n minus a 260n, which is negative 265n. And that's all over my common denominator. And I'm just going to leave that like that. If you wanted, I can see that that's going to factor. I could go ahead and factor it now. Factors a negative 8. That add up to 7. So that's going to be what? N plus 8, n minus 1. You can see that multiplies to give me negative 8, but it adds to give me a positive 7. So just in case, when I'm all done up here, things don't happen. Okay, look at this. You might think you're done, but do you see how they're all divisible by 5 and they all have an n? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor or pull out a 5n. And I think I'm going to go right here, right below it. It works better with my phone. So 5 will go into that 7 times and take out an n. 5 will go into that, ooh, goodness, 52 times. Pull out an n. And 5 will go into that 53 times. If I pull out an n, there's no n's left right there. And then I have this. And I did factor that. So it's a mess. Okay, and the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to factor. Now, this, you could try to factor that, but I really wouldn't worry about it yet. I don't even know if it would factor. But here, look, my 5 cancels. I can do that because I'm multiplying. My n cancels right there. So I would at least check your answer, see if you've got it, 52n minus 53, because this is just ugly. Okay, that's why we did this one in class, because it was so ugly. But I think if you look at the answer key that I gave you, that should be the answer for number 21. So let's look to see what they gave me. And look right there. Is that the same thing? I would say yes. They did not put theirs in descending order. Shame on them. Okay, we did the 7n squared plus 52n minus 53. Same thing.